It's New Year's Day, 2013, 11 a.m. I did not sleep nearly enough. I felt very ill, and I kept taking more sleeping pills to try to fall asleep, but I just kept waking up or not falling asleep in the first place and feeling ill. New Year's Eve. I have no idea the last time I was that drunk. So drunk. Naturally, I didn't realize how much I'd been drinking. Plenty. Oh, it's all a haze now. What happened? What happened? Like any good old-fashioned New Year's Eve party, people just kept putting drinks in front of me, and you gotta drink it. You don't want to be rude. They can tell you're already drunk. They're like, you've got no excuse. You're already drunk. Just drink this thing I put in front of you. So you do. And it goes pretty well for a while. Until people will be trying to talk to me. I'd be trying to dance around. I was doing alright dancing around, staying upright, not tipping over, and more importantly, not throwing up all over. People would try to talk to me, and I would try to pay attention to what they were saying, but mostly I was just focusing on trying not to throw up right in front of them in the middle of our conversation. Like, the more time went on, the more some young ladies I didn't know were talking to me. We didn't have anything to talk about. Just trying to be polite. I think I was macking on some young person. I think I was putting my version of the moves on her for about 2 seconds until she walked away. I was too drunk to speak, but I was not too drunk to mac, which is a different experience for me. I've not played that game really in life, which is just as well, especially when you're too drunk to speak. I mean, what was I gonna do if some girl responded enthusiastically to my sexy dancing? I couldn't talk to her. I couldn't get words to come out. Every time I tried to speak, I felt like I was going to throw up. That's no basis for a new friendly friendship relationship. No. I just noticed this morning that my shirt's on inside out. When did that happen? I assume it happened when somebody told me to take my shirt off. I don't really remember. I do remember somebody told me to take my shirt off, so I did for a little bit. See, nearly everybody there had a significant other, which, where's the fun in that? Anyway, somebody with a boyfriend told me, nice man tits. Oh yeah. I said thanks. I know. After a time, after I was beyond the point of no return, it became difficult for me to tell people apart. I really couldn't see straight, and I couldn't tell who was who a lot of the time. It just made it extra confusing. I'd look around and there's just like blurry people everywhere. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Just keep shaking. Just keep shaking it. Trying not to throw up. Later, I did try to throw up. I thought maybe I would feel better. I tried a couple times to throw up, but I couldn't. Oh yeah, and before that, I think it was, yeah, before that, me and my boy kept dropping our trousers and showing our buttocks over and over again, much to the dismay of the onlookers. We would shout. What would we shout? We would shout, oh yeah, butt cheeks, butt cheeks, butt cheeks, put 'em in the middle. No matter what top 40 radio dance hit was playing on the stereo, we would scream over the top of it, butt cheeks, put 'em in the middle. That's how I remember it anyway. My butt has not made so many public appearances in many years. Welcome back, butt. Oh. And now I'm hungover. Not as bad as I feared it might be. I had to walk home from the party at like, I don't even know, 2:30 in the morning, and it was it was cold. It was a long walk. I saw quite a few cop cars, but nobody wanted to talk to me. But I got so tired, I just had to stop at one point and lay down in the snow, which is what happens. I've seen it. That's what drunk buffoons do. And I remember when everybody in the house was just so drunk, all of us, and everybody was dancing. I could see how people could get into that, because everybody was just sloppy drunk, just squirming all over the place, but the music was pumping. The people were, singing along, acting out the lyrics, whatever. And I don't mean to sound dismissive of that, because it was kind of beautiful, man. Like all these people in a mass, all writhing around each other, but like totally friendly. There's no hostility. Everybody's just like, yeah, it's a big love fest with alcohol and pop music. Well, that's probably what these college kids in this town do every weekend. Well, more than every weekend, several nights a week. I've talked for a long time and I have not said anything. I'd go back to bed, but it wouldn't work. I need to figure out a way to stay up. Oh, what a bummer. Apparently, I was talking pretty early on. I was talking to somebody about how horrible my 2012 year had been. I didn't know other people were paying attention. I don't care, but like later on, people are like, "Oh man, you're having a bad time, dude. Sorry to hear how your whole life has turned to shit." That's nice. Pity is underrated, especially drunken pity. By the time it was time to leave, nobody really cared anymore. And then it's just like, alright, I don't feel good, man. Get away from me. It's time to go to bed. And I'm like, yeah, it is time to go to bed. And they're like, you gonna be alright walking all the way home? And I'm like, I hope so. I was kind of. I made it anyway. It was exhausting, but I managed to walk pretty straight. I did not look like a swaggering, out of control souse. Except maybe when I had to stop and lie down in the snow. But nobody saw that. Put it in the